everyone, it's Libby from Maighstirtarot. I'd like to acknowledge the Worimi First Nations people, the traditional custodians of the land on which these videos are made, and welcome to you, your guides, my guides, and the universal energies. Absolute pleasure to have you along, and for those that know that with me unfolding a piece of paper means that I've pulled out the Runic Tarot. Love this deck. Okay, and I'm just going to take a sip from my coffee because it's still that time of morning and it's Saturday. What am I doing on a Saturday? Okay. And something amazing is going to happen today. And what that amazing thing is I'm pretty sure it's going to be 2 fur babies turn into 3. Going this afternoon to have a look at a little female kitten that crossed our radar, and had said when Sneaks passed that she would present a new kitten to us. I know it feels really early. Love Sneaks, but she's still here in spirit. But her body has gone, and I grieve for her. I grieved for her, but I'm very also, being the spirituality that I am, I know she's still here. So for me, it's actually I've struggled to grieve because for me they're never gone. They're still here. Okay, entertainment only. And this little new kitten, I love it. Its name is Onyx. It was the name that the rescue place gave him. And onyx, the crystal, means strength, protection, and grounding. And Nyx, which is probably what we'll end up calling her, NYX, is the goddess of night. Her domain is the domain of the unknown. Oh, I love it. Love it. What a perfect name. So if we do bring her home this afternoon, I'm not quite sure what the process is. I will pop back on again and introduce you. But what I want to have a look at in this particular reading is Miller, Gnome, Rubio, Heggs, Driscoll, and possibly Gabba. She was slated to move but didn't. Onto military bases, and they've moved their family onto military bases in the DC, taken over commanding officers' houses, etc. Apparently the fencing's going back up against around the White House as well. Always remember the 4th of November, and those of English background and my generation will absolutely remember that name, that rhyme. That is the rhyme referring to a certain individual called Guy Fawkes. So we've got the magician has popped out. Something big is manifesting. Now, Guy Fawkes was a dude. I don't have a lot of history on him. Look him up if you want. Fawkes, Guy, Guy is his first name. Crawled through the tunnels was planning on, I don't know whether he actually got to do it, planning on crawling under the tunnels of Westminster, the seat of government in the UK, and planting explosives. Now, this is going back a long time ago, in the 1800s, I think, from what I remember, quite a while ago. Let me look it up. Hang on a sec. Okay, I have my history terribly wrong, so that's why I looked it up, because if I'm going to tell you a story, I might as well get the story right. Guy Fawkes was born in 1570. He was fighting for the Spanish, a group of provincial English Catholics involved in the failed gunpowder plot of 1605. So converted to to being a Catholic, etc., etc. So he was part of a plot where the plan was to they leased a undercroft, so like a basement beneath the House of Lords, the government, the seat of government. And Guy Fawkes was placed in charge of the gunpowder that they stockpiled there. But apparently an anonymous letter was sent to search the Westminster Palace, and they found Guy Fawkes guarding the explosives. He was questioned, tortured over, and confessed to wanting to blow up the House of Lords, and he was sentenced to be hanged, drawn, and quartered. And if you're not quite sure what hanged, drawn, and quartered is, it means they hang you, then they cut you so all your insides fall out before you're actually dead, and then they tie 4 horses to you and pull you apart. But apparently when he was hanged, he actually died at that stage. Okay, now, when I grew up in New Zealand, we would have 4th of November Guy Fawkes Night. And actually, today is the 1st of November, 0111 for us, or 1101 for other parts of the world. And actually, when I started the readings today was 1111 in the morning. So this is quite a poignant time today. I was obviously meant to come on. So Guy Fawkes. We used to have Guy Fawkes Night on the 4th of November. It was the big fireworks night. We used to light bonfires, and we used to burn effigies, like scarecrow type things, effigies of Guy Fawkes on the bonfire. 4th of November, it's coming up pretty soon, and it's actually quite a significant date. It's also a time, I believe, when 3i Atlas is supposed to start peeking out, or there's solar flares, or there's something happening there. I just know that the date is very significant. So come on down, let's have a look. We're talking about Milanone, Rubio, Higgs, and Driscolli. Moving on to the military bases in DC. Ah, boy, that took me a while to get there. Just be aware, 4th of November, important date. So what do we need to know about these dudes moving on to the military bases? Just see if I can get that light a little bit brighter for you. The Magician. Something big is brewing. Something is manifesting here. Okay. It also can be manipulation. Look over here while that happens over there. But I'm just going to say something really big is manifesting. Also drawn to the chicken on the shoulder. I know it's a significant meaning for this particular figure, but cowardice. I'm drawn to cowardice in regards to this. This could be the rising up of the people. You've got the, in the background on the cloud there, it looks like a secure location, a military base. So let's see where this goes. The challenge is the Temperance card. Now she can be the balance, moderation. The challenge is the lack of. The lack of. I know technically if it's a challenge position, I'm supposed to read it upside down. Basically what that means is the opposite, because there is no balance. There is no stability. Okay, 2 major arcana straight out of the block. Why they moved on to these bases? Because they're trying to protect whatever is precious to them and let the rest burn. They know there is going to be, when SNAP ceases, when health insurance triples, doubles, quadruples, whatever it does, they're prepared to let the rest of the United States burn. They know it's going to be inflammatory. That's the energy they're stewing in at the moment, protecting their own. Okay. In the past, we've got the 6 of Pentacles. In this particular card, somebody's been tossed out of the ranks and the ranks have been closed behind. This was the removal of SNAP. Now, remembering, well, we read on this the other day, the people that are going to be most affected by SNAP removal are the ardent MAGA supporters, the deep red areas, the ones where there is the most poverty, who are going to realise that they've been abandoned. And those that want to hang on to their wealth have closed ranks behind them. They've been tossed out. Excuse me. Oh dear, I noticed Lisa Vest, Jennifer Lisa Vest was sneezing the other day. Yeah, 2 puppy dogs. 2 puppy dogs. Yeah, go and find somewhere to lie down, guys. Was sneezing the other day too. I wonder if Something's happening there with the sneezing. Something abrupt is happening. Okay. Crowning the reading, another major arcana, the Hermit. Isolating. Isolating to stay protected. Okay? To protect themselves. Because the Five of Pentacles, they know that these who they have cast out into the cold are not going to be happy campers. Fives are about conflict and challenge. I keep saying, just be aware, stay out of the way of these people. I'm feeling there will be January the 6th type risings against the local representatives, etc. Oh, goodness me, look at the fur that you're losing, Spotty, now that summer's coming on. The Five of Pentacles, the disenfranchised, those that are being tossed off their benefits and unexpectedly tossed off. Does that make sense? The Mikey of the Little Johnson is frantically trying to blame the Democrats, and there will be some that believe the spin. But I think a lot of them won't, because what's happening is the blue states are then coming to the party, the governors of the blue states, and putting in place programs for those that are being tossed off snap. The red states are the ones that are going to be really inflicted. Okay, while they build their golden ballroom, let them eat cake. If they can't afford bread, let them eat cake instead. So the Ten of Cups, but this is an end of this relationship. This is going to be an absolute stab through the heart betrayal for those. Look at the contrast of these two cards here, of those that are abandoned, cold, hungry, wounded, versus those that are sitting at the table with the Emperor at the top in the golden. I know that's Valhalla, but look at the colour there. Yep, this is what it's all about, protecting because they know. Internally, they know this is going to be a significant ending of something, and they want to be protected. Internally, the World card. They're in their safe location and their gold ballroom because they know the world as it was is coming to an end. Now, I keep saying that we are not going back. What is coming is going to be completely different from what was before, and it is every time after there is a revolution. It's completely different. It's up to the people to decide how they want that to be. But I'm also drawn to this card internally because it reminds me of Raiders of the Lost Ark, when the Nazis, out of their greed and lust for power, peer into the Ark of the Covenant and turn to dust. So, yeah, they're there because they know this event is coming. What they don't realise, it's actually going to be their ending, is what I'm feeling. Hopes and fears, the false knight trying to bring this some sort of story through, but he's about to be washed away from a tsunami that he's not looking at coming up behind him. So this is an offer being made, but it's not going to cut it. Okay, the outcome, another major arcana, the Hanged Man. Being stopped, things being viewed differently, being paused. I get this pause. But look at this figure here. When he flips back upright with his two axes, boy, he's going to be ready for battle. And his quiver of arrows, he is so going to be ready for battle. The Fool, new journey. Oh gosh, look at these major arcana here. The Fool, their foolishness, but it's also new beginning. The World, ending. Ten of Cups, ending. Fool, new beginning, and then the Star. The Star of Hope, the Star of Healing, the Star of Protection, the Star of standing up and defending those who are helpless against this evil. Holy boly. And then we've got this Knight of Wands, volatile information coming forward about the false victory and the installation of pretty much the Nazis in the White House. Now, I'm just going to say this ending of SNAP, the destruction of the healthcare, etc. That is Goebbels's, in his current form, Miller's final solution. And you know what I'm talking about. He knows he can't package up people and send them off to be annihilated other than via ice in these awful, awful concentration camps. But for the general populace, for the elderly and the disabled and the the single mums and all those that he would like to get rid of, this is his final solution. But there's also volatile information coming out about this false victory with the Six of Wands. And then we have the military coming in. Again, they pop up absolutely every single time. You've got the King of Pentacles, the orange twerp on his throne, is going to face this big reckoning with the Ace of Wands. And then we've got the King of Swords. That's my Jack Smith card. Knight of Swords, a harsh truth coming forward in regards to Russia connections and the Wheel of Fortune turning. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Just seeing what's on the bottom there. Nothing particularly of interest. So yeah, they know that there's going to be they're protecting their own. Excuse me a minute while I give my nose a little blow. They know that the day of, and I always tuck my tissue in my bra. Sorry about that. My grandmother used to tuck a hanky in her bra, so it's just something that I do. Yeah, they know that with the cancellation of the SNAP benefits and other programs, they're preparing for an explosive moment. Right, but I'm going to ask now, just poker shuffle them through. I don't think it's going to work out for them. Let's have a look. How is it going to work out for them? They know they're protecting their own. How's it going to work out? Three of Swords and fleeing. Betrayal, treason, heartbreak, loss, despair, and then fleeing the country. There might be some that, how do I put this, that don't make it to the fleeing stage. Because they're MAGAs. I mean, it's all right for me to give the bird and watch the crackhead fall off the curb onto his backside. And, have a bit of a laugh about it later. But we don't have the gun culture here that you have in the United States. These MAGAs are going to be hella mad, and they are armed. So how's this going to end for the likes of Miller, Nome, Rubio, Higgs, Driscoll? We know Shady's already in the Vice President's house. Shouldn't be there at all. And the orange twerp is wherever the orange twerp is with his security. How's this going to end for those that are hiding out? I'll just do a 3, 2, 1. There's that magician again. I feel this is like the uprising, the Wheel of Fortune, and the death of dear leader. How's this going to end for them? Not well. There's that Four of Swords that we got when I did in regards to why is the orange twerp still going. The orange twerp's challenge was the Four of Swords. Three swords hanging over him and one underneath. Three of Swords is about a vascular event. These are not good cards for them. How's it going to go though? We've got the Knight of Pentacles and the People. The Mercenaries and We the People. Now I'm feeling this could also be stability of government by We the People, but I'm feeling this is MAGAs and this is the rest of us. It is not going to end well for them. They can take as much protection as they like. It is not going to end well for them. This is also for a number of readers. This is the Hideout Pew Pew card. The King of Pentacles could be, well, I'm not sure no, I tend not to go by their star sign because moon and rising are the two most important, or ascending are the two most important signs. It's just that the papers decided it was too hard to put 100 different moon rising dates in their newspapers, so they went for the sun. The sun is important, but the moon is more so. But could be the mercenary, the unaliver, and we the people, bringing an end. Oh boy. Okay. I just feel that some are not going to make it out to escape. This is going to get wild. It is absolutely going to get wild. Please stay safe. Pass it forward in your community. Kindness come from the heart chakra. Pass it forward. Do not engage in politics, please, unless you are absolutely certain that the person that you are talking to is on the same page as you. This is very much a stay safe time. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. They know an uprise is coming. They know that they are under threat, and regardless of what they do, it's not going to end well for them. Okay, love to you all. I'll have a look at Shady and Erica. Get a room, guys. And if we come home with little Onyx, I'll introduce her again later this afternoon. Love to you. Take care. Bye-bye.